Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. The message came in while I was ironing our son's white graduation shirt. I'm sorry. Something came up. I can't make it tonight. I read it 3 times, waiting for the rest, the explanation, the apology, the part where she said she'd try to come late. Nothing followed. Just the blinking cursor of a conversation that suddenly felt hollow. Behind me, Daniel was practicing how to hold his cap in the mirror, turning his head left and right like the tassel mattered more than the moment. He caught my eye through the reflection. "Mom on her way?" he asked. I opened my mouth, closed it, then forced a smile that felt stitched together. "Running a little late," I said. "You know traffic." He nodded, trusting me the way children do when they still believe adults control the world. The auditorium smelled like dust and perfume and nervous sweat. Folding chairs creaked every time someone shifted. Parents whispered, programs fluttered, cameras clicked too early. I kept checking the entrance. Every time the doors opened, my chest lifted, then dropped. A stranger. Another family. Not her. Daniel's name was called near the end. He walked across the stage taller than I remembered, shoulders squared like he'd already stepped into a life that didn't need us anymore. I clapped until my palms stung. And when he scanned the crowd just once, quick, searching, I felt something inside me crack quietly, the way ice breaks under dark water. Because he saw only me. We celebrated with cheap pizza at home. Daniel talked about college dorms, roommates, the future unfolding like a map he couldn't wait to follow. Her chair stayed empty. "She's still working?" he asked eventually. "Yeah," I said. The lie tasted metallic. At 10:42 p.m., another message arrived. "Don't wait up." No heart. No explanation. Just absence typed neatly. That was the moment suspicion stopped being a thought and became a weight. Looking back, the signs had been small enough to ignore. Her phone turning face down. Late meetings that never had stories attached. Perfume I didn't recognize. A laugh in text messages she wouldn't show me. I told myself marriages go through quiet seasons. That love matures into routine. That distance didn't mean departure. Mostly, I told myself I was imagining things because the alternative required courage I didn't have. 3 nights later, she fell asleep on the couch with her phone still in her hand. I didn't plan to look. I wish I could say I respected her privacy, but betrayal doesn't start with proof. It starts with silence. The screen lit up when I picked it up. No password. Just a message thread already open, like a door left carelessly unlocked. Tonight was perfect. He has no idea, does he? My heartbeat moved into my throat. Her reply sat just beneath it. No. And after the graduation drama, I deserved to be happy. Graduation drama. Our son searching the crowd for his mother, reduced to drama. I kept scrolling, even while part of me begged to stop. Photos. Plans. A restaurant reservation from the same night she missed Daniel's ceremony. And one message sent at 7:03 p.m., the exact time Daniel walked across the stage. "Happy birthday, Redheart." I didn't wake her. I just sat there in the dark, the phone glowing in my hand, realizing that grief can arrive long before anything officially ends. Memories started rearranging themselves. Anniversaries that felt distracted. Arguments that made no sense. Moments I thought were rough patches, now revealed as exits she'd already taken. By morning, my chest felt hollowed out, like something essential had been carefully removed. When she woke, I was making coffee. Normal movements. Normal silence. 2 strangers rehearsing a life that had already collapsed. "We need to talk," I said. She froze just slightly. Guilt has a posture. I saw it then. I placed her phone on the table between us. The screen still open to the truth. Her shoulders dropped, not in shock but in relief. And somehow that hurt more than anything I'd read. "I didn't mean for you to find out like this," she whispered. The sentence was so small. So ordinary. Like we were discussing a broken appliance, not a broken family. "Daniel waited for you," I said. My voice sounded calm. Distant. Not mine. He kept looking at the door. Tears filled her eyes, but they didn't fall. "I felt trapped," she said. "I needed something for myself." I nodded slowly, realizing she'd already left long before that night. The graduation wasn't the betrayal. Just the proof. Filing for divorce felt less like anger and more like oxygen. Paperwork. signatures, quiet decisions made in quiet rooms. She cried then, said she was sorry, said she never meant to hurt us. And I believe she felt regret. But regret isn't the same as love. And apologies don't rebuild trust once it's buried. The hardest moment came weeks later, when Daniel asked the question I'd been dreading. Are you and Mom okay? I told him the truth gently, without details, without poison. He listened quietly, older than any 18-year-old should have to be. Then he nodded once and said, I'm glad you didn't pretend. In that moment I understood something simple and brutal. Children don't need perfect families. They need honest ones. The night the divorce was finalized, the house felt unbearably quiet. No arguments. No tension. Just space where a marriage used to live. I sat alone on the back porch, listening to distant traffic and the soft hum of a world that keeps moving no matter who breaks inside it. And for the first time in months, I could breathe fully. Not because the pain was gone, but because I had finally chosen myself. Sometimes I still think about that empty chair at graduation. How one absence can reveal an entire hidden life. How love doesn't always end with shouting. Sometimes it ends with a missed moment you can never get back. But I also think about Daniel walking across that stage. About truth. About the quiet strength of starting over. And I've learned this. The worst betrayal isn't being left. It's staying where you're no longer valued. So I left. And in the silence that followed, I found something I hadn't felt in years. Peace.